you saw a tale of two halves from the Bison tonight. The first half, a very disciplined and a very confident group, confidence in ourselves as individuals, but also team confidence, discipline to do our job, to get to our spots. And then in the third quarter, for whatever reason, whether it was a different zone that they played, you saw a more tentative Bison group on the offensive end, and you saw a less intense and a less urgent group on the defensive end, which is lack of discipline to do what we're capable of doing, and certainly lack of personal and team confidence. That being said, if this is a group that we see again in the Summit League tournament, I'm very confident that we can make some adjustments. We can play with more consistency and have another shot and have a different result.
Western, the defending tournament champs, and with a team that beat Stanford at Stanford. Is this kind of a game that you saw a lot of kind of what you wanted to see from your team in that first half, and then even into that third quarter, and you saw the team that fans kind of hope to see throughout this whole year?
I saw, like I said, I saw a very disciplined group of Bison in that first half, and that's exactly who we see in practice, and that's exactly who I think we are very capable of being. Unfortunately, the inconsistencies, we were not that for a full 40 minutes, and you need to be in every single basketball game. They are. I think their ability to cover space, to cover ground, close out on shooters is a potential problem for anybody that they play. I was pleased, again, in the first half with our ability to control the tempo a little bit better than we did in the second half. We were also rebounding a little bit better in the first half.
What's it going to take to get that first half effort all the way through the team?
I think, if it was easy, if it was a magic formula, every coach would have already done that. And I think that it's a discipline. I think it's fighting through fatigue, whether that's mental or physical fatigue, or the mental fatigue to see a team go on a run, or to see a team make a lucky shot, or to see a team do something positive. At times our youth and our lack of experience in comparison to 6 seniors looks very different. But some of that can be demonstrated through film study. Some of it can be executed in practice. And we'll continue to fight and continue to go forward.
In that late third quarter, early fourth, when you said that their defense switched to a different zone, it seemed like they put a little bit more pressure, and that's when they started to get more turnovers and turn you guys over. Do you feel like that was the difference in the defense that they brought at you?
I think it was a different look. I don't know how much more pressure-filled it was. It just looked different. And so the first half, we knew where the gaps were going to be. We knew where a little bit more of their rotation. And then when they come out in something different, I think you saw us get on our heels, maybe relax a little bit, become tentative because it was a different look.
Yeah, I would say that I was. It helps a lot that we do a lot of defensive rebounding drills in practice, and so we've been really working on that and stressing boxing out and going and winning the rebounding battle, and I think that was my mindset tonight, and it worked.
It seemed like you weren't just in the right place at the right time on most of them. It seemed like you had to battle each time for a lot of those offensive and defensive boards. Is that part of those drills that you guys just work? Yeah,
for sure. It doesn't just come to you a majority of the time. You actually have to box out and then go pursue it. That's one thing that we were also stressing is pursuing the basketball, because if you just box out, anyone can really go get it. So you have to go get it after that.
Did you kind of know that tonight would have been your night shooting the ball?
I thought we did a great job moving in their zone, and my teammates did a great job finding me. So then it was just about taking the open shot.
In that fourth quarter, it seemed like it was 10, and then all of a sudden it just seemed out of reach. What happened?
I mean, we just need to keep competing, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just competing.
You guys are doing that though, right? I mean, you were battling all the way through. What keeps you going when the game gets out of hand a little bit?
It's definitely my teammates' energy. Sharing energy helps me a lot, and when they're confident, it gives me confidence.
What's your mindset going into Saturday's game?
I definitely believe that we have potential, and I'm really excited, and I want to go out there and get the win because we definitely deserve it.
Only coming up next week, obviously you still have one game ahead of you, and that could lock up the 6th seed for you guys. What do you guys need to keep doing to get better and kind of get to where you want to be in the next week or so?
I would agree with Riley that we need to keep practicing our defense because we got so much better, and I believe that if we keep our defense up, then we will be successful on Saturday, and we can bring that to the Summit League tournament. I just feel like we have to be more consistent. We did a great job in the first half battling with them, and keeping our energy up and playing with urgency, and we have to do that for 40 minutes and not just 35 or just not 40. So I believe that when we keep our consistency up, then it will go well for us.
What makes Western so tough to defend?
They are a very fast team, I would say. So one thing, props to them, is them getting up and down the floor and being able to shoot in transition. And so when we don't get back and scramble and they get an open three, that's when it gets tough to defend, and that's when they can get on their run.